Alrighty, so we're at the dining room table. A friend of mine, Billy Goldberg, and she's helping me with my seeds. And we got everything spread out. Look at what we got. Got our watermelons. Got two different types of cucumbers. Got my cantaloupe, carrots, green beans, kale, onions, lettuce, spinach. Got some pumpkins, bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, rosemary, lavender, tomato, sunflowers, and some gourds. Figure get all this in the ground, get a harvest to be pretty good. Got these because figured they'd just be fun to grow. Water storage, bird houses, whatnot, just for the novelty. My old lady was wanting flowers, but I want food, so compromise. But yeah, get these in the ground. Figure they do pretty good. When do you think we'll start germinating them?
Find out. You need to go and get the. It should tell you on it.
Yeah. So May, June looks like right here when they should be planted.
Yeah.
7 days to germinate.
So you don't want to do that until the probably last of April.
Yeah. April, June for the carrots.
Yeah. Beans, they'll probably. Oh.
May, June.
May, June.
Yep.
See, you'll be getting the ground ready for your beans in February and March.
Yeah. Late April, July.
Yeah.
I think
Watermelons.
May, June.
Yeah.
A lot of May, June. April and June through July.
Yeah, because that grows all year.
Yep.
All summer.
Yeah, same here. Onions, April, May.
Yeah, see, you plant the tomatoes, onions, and green beans right around the same time.
April, June.
Yeah, see.
Thought these planted earlier. April, July.
Well, if you plant them too early, they're going to get frost.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
This one should be the interesting one. This is April, June, yeah. Looks like most things are April, June.
Yeah.
You can see right there. Focus, you fuck.
The reason they do that is just that way you're not worried about cold weather.
Focus. This will ever focus. You can kind of see the layout of the U.S. We're in here in Tennessee, and the part we're in is in purple, and that says April, June. So, April, June, July, I'm going to be a busy little bee.
Yep. When you grow, you will. And you got a weed.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm getting a rototiller. I'm lazy.
Well, you're still going to have to do some of it by hand.
Oh, I know.
Because
I remember
get
doing
that.
it with my mom.
Yeah.
She'd go through with the or she'd make me go through with the rototiller first.
And then
The next day, I'd be on my hands and knees picking them
in
out.
between.
Yep. I hated it, but I couldn't argue with the results.
No, you can't.
We also got a vacuum sealer today. We've been playing with that, ain't we?
Oh, yes.
Ain't it fun?
It's fun.
But got the experienced generation teaching me, since I don't know anything about anything. But I figure this will be pretty good.
We'll have a lot of food.
Yep.
A lot of work, but a lot of food.
These are almost exclusively my old lady's responsibility, as I am allergic to the chemical that makes these spicy. And these are going to set me on fire. So,
What are they?
jalapeno peppers.
Oh, I'm not eating them.
I know, but I was asking her if she wanted them, and she's like, yes.
She likes them, but
Oh, yeah, she loves everything spicy.
I don't.
So I told her these were her responsibility.
Okay.
I can't eat these without getting an upset stomach.
Her responsibility.
Nope, I'm going to take responsibility for these, even if I get eat up. I know these will go good throughout the house.
Well, they also will go good with stir fry.
Yeah, just because I can't have it doesn't mean y'all can't have it.
Right. Well, there's things I try to cook for everybody.
Oh, yeah. I thought about getting some squash, but it's like, I know y'all eat squash and whatnot, but
Not as much as you think.
yeah, I was like, you know what? Well, next year
We got the 90% of what people
we'll eat right here.
Yeah.
Carrots, cantaloupe, cucumbers, beans, watermelon, kale, onions, lettuce, spinach, peppers, pumpkins, tomatoes, seasonings, sunflower seeds for some snacks.
You can dry
and-
them out and put salt on them and bake them.
Oh, yeah.
Mom
and
used
then-
to do ours.
Get a couple of bags of potatoes, let a few of them get a little ripe, plant them in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Have
They got
potatoes.
Good but eyes on 'em. Well, I can do that now. Start putting them in a bag. The ones the small ones.
Go right on ahead.
That
And
way
then,
you'll have your potatoes.
yep, and
You can
then,
put them in two.
yep, oh, I know. I've been looking into it.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out how you actually farm them.
Well, what you gotta do is when you make your, because potatoes are healed.
Yeah.
Potatoes, watermelon, cantaloupe are healed. They're piled up.
Okay.
And you gotta do that. And if you don't separate these things right here, they're gonna intertwine. Their vines will grow to this vine will grow to that vine, and you don't want that. You want,
Well, I was going to put this at one corner, this at another corner, this at another corner, this at another corner.
you can't do that. You're gonna have to take these right here and away.
Well, you got to remember, I got acre and a half.
Okay.
Plot of land, so-
What I'm saying is you're gonna take how many rows you want
Mm-hmm.
of watermelon and mushmelon. And your cucumbers, they can go with these because they're not gonna do nothing.
All right.
But these right here has gotta be took away and
Don't-
planted somewhere else.
Aren't pumpkins also on that list, I remember? Or am I mistaken?
No, they can be, but pumpkins, you don't, okay, your pumpkin, and then your watermelon, and then this. And you gotta make them to where they're so many feet apart.
So basically just put these in their own
little place. Yeah.
as far away from each other as possible.
Yeah.
And then wherever my cucumbers end up, I can put them with my beans and
Yeah,
whatnot.
because they're not gonna do nothing.
Yeah, because I was going to have, since these vine, I know they do. These vine, I know they do.
Yeah, they vine.
And these vine, and I know they
Yeah. Those grow in the ground.
do. Yep. These
These
were,
grow in the ground.
yeah, I was going to have plots for, this is going to be separate, this is going to be separate, and this is going to be separate, because they're all going to have their own
'Cause you're
wire
gonna-
system for vining.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna be putting stakes with twine
Yep.
so they can go up.
I was just going to get some like enamel coated wire and stakes, and that way they just stay year round.
Yeah.
And then have one for the tomatoes, one for the cucumbers, one for the beans. And then I know cantaloupe, watermelon, and pumpkins,
Gotta go.
they spread out.
Yeah,
They're
that's why I'm
like
saying.
creepers or whatever.
Yeah, they grow.
Yeah, kind of like strawberries.
Especially these.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
They grow
Yep.
a long
So
way.
I was gonna put these in a
That's why
separate place.
They got a pumpkin patch out there, and there's nothing but
The pumpkin. But I was gonna put these in a place, have them their own little spot to grow. These were gonna have their own little spot to grow. These were gonna have their own little spot to grow.
That way they won't
And then all the rest of this,
can go in a regular garden.
yep. And then I don't know if these vine or not. I don't think
What are
they
they?
do. Jalapeno peppers.
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not sure because I didn't grow
Actually, I think I was going to do it.
them. Only thing you ain't got corn.
I thought about getting corn, but I also know that corn can be very hard to grow.
If you get a corn, you get a sweet corn.
Oh, yeah.
And it's easier to.
Well, I was going to get 2 types of corn. I was going to get a sweet corn for eating, and I was going to get a grain corn for grinding, for like cornmeal and whatnot.
Yeah.
But what I was going to do is, when it comes to kind of laying out my garden, is it was going to kind of go a little bit something.
What's a lavender for?
It's a herb, so you can cook with it. It smells good, so that you can like get scents from it. And
He grows
it's
that, that'll take off like firewire, and you can throw it right in your camper and everything.
yeah. You know how things have
Lavender,
lavender
you know?
scented?
Yeah, right there.
Right there. And you can
I
get.
don't have to eat this.
You don't have to eat anything you don't want. But I was gonna get it kind
I don't
of.
like rosemary.
I don't like rosemary cooked. And
No, not the spiced rosemary. I don't like.
I don't like none of it.
But I was gonna get it kind of set out a little bit like this.
Right.
So where this whole side is sunflowers, pumpkin patch, watermelon patch, cucumbers on a vine, green beans on a vine, tomatoes on a vine, cantaloupe patch, lavender gourds, rosemary, got my kale, my spinach, my lettuce,
Cucumbers.
and then I got my peppers and my onions and carrots.
Yeah.
And so,
The longer you let your onions sit in the ground, the bigger they get.
yep.
But I want some fresh, clean, green.
The only thing that I don't see that I'll probably adjust is I might end up moving this over to have potatoes and garlic, because
Yeah.
Papa likes some garlic.
Well, that garlic now, you get that from seed. You'll have it all the way around the whole year.
I was just gonna get a couple cloves of garlic and get them to rooting, and then separate out the cloves.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that too.
By the way, I'm recording this for YouTube. You okay with that?
Yeah.
My other friend
There's
Candy.
money on it, so that's Aunt Candy.
Yep, but that's kind of how I'm going to do the layout of my garden. Of course, things to adjust as needed. And then, like I said, potatoes and garlic. I think that'll be pretty good.
You'll have a good if you get it done and keep it weeded and keep it watered.
Yeah.
You should have a good portion.
Yep.
You should have
We
a.
can get some of these for eating, some of these for pickling.
Well, you want to get them when they're about this big.
Oh, yeah.
About 3 or 4 or 5 inches.
And if
You
any of y'all wondering why I have some duplicates,
Right.
Well,
we lost one set. I bought more, and then we found the old set because, of course, that's exactly how my luck's going to go.
Yeah, that was my fault.
That's fine. But, yep, we got herbs. I looked to find some dill, but I didn't find it. Bree likes rosemary. I can cook with some rosemary. If you don't want rosemary, you ain't gonna have rosemary. And then, like I said, we were thinking about gourds, and we were like, it's just going to be fun. If you can't...
gotta- I know they got stuff in them,
Yep.
and you got to get that out. And
I've seen how a good way to do it. You cut the top off, get a handful of small stones, like some gravel, which gravel road, I'm going to have some.
Yeah.
You put it in there, put your thumb over the hole, and you just start shaking it like a maraca. And the stones go through and break everything up and spit them out. And then,
it gets hard.
yep, you get the seeds out.
Yeah.
More seeds, because all of this can go right back. Save some of these. And do onions propagate? Like, you know how you put one potato in, it gets a potato plant with multiple potatoes?
One onion.
1 onion. All right, so we'll have to figure out how to get more of these.
Well, it depends. Depends on how many seeds you got in these box things.
See, I wish I would've grabbed a handful of those, ones that Mom had out in the garden.
Those
you know,
little
and they.
dry, yeah. She kept
But
it.
I know what I'm looking for, and if they got them at the thing, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Cause they'll reseed pot their south, and
Yeah.
you'll have them, you know, they're not gonna be big onions.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
what I'm saying is, for a salad, or, you know,
Medium.
Yeah, that I can work with that. But I know with carrots, if you cut the tops off the right way, you can replant the tops.
Yeah,
all you
and
gotta do is take the carrot top, take that carrot top right here, I'll
Cut
show
it
you,
straight across
and cut it straight across,
with a little bit of carrot on it.
and then just wet it, you know,
Till-
when you put it down in
Till
the
it
ground.
roots.
Yep,
Once it roots, you can stick it in the ground.
yep.
Yep. Because I was looking up at ways to like get certain things that will continue to grow. I haven't figured out onions. These have seeds. These have seeds. Everything has seeds
Well, when I'm
except
talking
for
about
these
the onions, I'm
and
talking
potatoes
about
and garlic.
all the way around
Yep.
the whole year.
Yeah.
But they're
But-
only about that big. The ones that you like.
Mama, yeah, the green onions.
Yep.
But if you leave that green onion in the ground, it will get that big.
Yeah.
It will get that
Oh,
big.
they'll get big.
Yeah.
But then the garlic and the potatoes, I know that I just take a few potatoes to the side, germinate them, bam, next year's potato plants.
I've got
Same
See,
with
I
the garlic.
had a garlic presser. And that come up disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how many things come up disappeared when you throughout life.
No, I had it here.
Yep.
I don't know what happened to that.
But
Nah,
yeah, I know,
I know.
garlic. I can, if I just save some of my harvest, can go right back in the ground. Potatoes, second verse, same as the first. Carrots, I can take the scraps. Half can go in the compost. Half can get reseeded. Onions were the only ones I ain't figured out. But you think that's a pretty good layout?
Yeah.
That way, the watermelon. The only thing I can see is that the pumpkins and the cucumbers might cross.
That's why you don't plant the cucumbers for the pumpkins, watermelons, or
So-
mushmelons.
Yeah.
That might be a better setup.
Yeah.
Put them in the middle in between the beans.
There
So,
you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
and then I got cantaloupe way down here, pumpkins way up here, and watermelon way over there. With sunflowers in between the cantaloupe and pumpkin,
Pumpkins, so they don't.
beans, tomatoes, rosemary, gourds, and whatnot.
Lavender.
All in between there, and then a giant gap between watermelon and pumpkin.
Yeah.
One of the things I might do to save space is
But the rosemary.
and
Now,
lavender.
the rosemary in this, you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
That rosemary will come back every time, and this will too.
Oh, I know. But I'm trying to think of how to use my space more efficiently. So, it's like, this is my garden plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How am I laying it out? These vines, so these need to be up here.
Well, you need to start planting the stuff that don't vine right here in the first couple of rows.
Yep. Well, I was trying to think
These
about.
little son of bitches will take up everything and cut
Yep.
everything off.
Well, that's why these are going to get their own little area, and if it's outside the area, it gets cut. If it's inside the area, go crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put like a little box, and if I see the cantaloupe starting to creep into the lettuce or the bell peppers,
Yeah.
it'll get caught up in the rototiller.
More that you cut it though.
Your bell peppers
It
will,
won't. It'll.
Well,
stop
I also remember that my mom would just literally just bend the vine back over. And
Yeah, I
eventually the plant just learned not to grow there. And then I was trying to think, okay, I'm worried about shading. See, I'm possibly worried about the sunflowers shading the pumpkins.
no,
I didn't think it would because
They're too tall.
they grow
They
tall.
go
Well, that's what I'm
They'll
saying.
grow taller than that fence over here.
Because you got to remember, for me, the sun is going to go like that.
Right.
And so with the mountains right here, the sunflowers, not the pumpkins, but the cantaloupe, cast a shadow over the cantaloupe. So I'm almost thinking that slide all of this down.
Yeah, but then it's gonna be running into your,
No, it ain't. She's gonna put this, and those in the.
So yeah, the beans, tomatoes, kale are in between the watermelon and cantaloupe. But then I might need to pull this down.
I like the scene with those potatoes that we had when you was up there.
And
I've
then
never seen so many hard damn potatoes in my
I
life.
think these also vine. If these also vine, I'll put them.
No, these ones,
They just kind of bush out.
they bush out and then they have, drop the thing.
Right.
Same with these jalapeno peppers.
About normal.
Normal.
They're not,
They're not,
they don't bind.
They come out and hang down
Because,
too. 'Cause you
I had
go in
a-
there and
I
snap
had a
them off when
plant.
you want 'em.
That, Eric had got me, and, that, it was a topsy-turvy.
Now this will take off like firewire.
Like I said, everything's gonna get its like its little place. Like I said, all of the vining stuff is gonna get is gonna get posts with wire across, and then that way it's good. But like I said, if I put the sunflowers down here, I'm thinking it'll just shadow nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you something, another thing. If you go out and get mint to plant, you can plant that away from your garden.
Everything, 'cause everything will taste like mint.
No, it just multiplies
I
by
know.
itself and it'll come
But it
up
will,
every year.
it will intertwine with your food.
Yeah,
I
I was
want
thinking
that.
about getting mint because I saw it and I was like, my gut just told me don't get mint.
Oh.
So now I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Mint is, what the hell did I have it?
Got enough work in front of you.
Yep. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like I got a lot to do right now.
Yeah,
One of the things I'm thinking about is for these in-ground things, do four raised beds. One for garlic, one potatoes, one carrots, one onions. And then that way they're a little bit higher for working.
Right.
And then sunflowers are just kind of go like a field, like a cornfield. And then watermelon, pumpkin, and cantaloupe, I'm thinking about getting some either cinder blocks, railroad
Yeah.
ties.
yeah.
Not really doing a raised bed as much as I'm just actually just filling it up to there.
Yeah.
So it's like slightly higher, but it defined. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a sandbox. And then of course,
9
These
o'clock,
are-
you gotta take that front porch.
Yeah. I don't know what time
and
it
then
is.
these are bushes, bush type
I'm
things,
gonna take my shower.
vine type things.
I got to take one too, Candy. I gotta go to. Did you get a hold of Jody? Yeah. Okay.
But then, like I said, have a lavender field, pathway around it. If lavender's in it and it's in the pathway, gone. That way I can keep it from
Yeah.
Now, if
same.
you mow it, you mow that lavender, you'll have it all through there.
Like I said, I'm rototilling it, so it'll just go right into the ground. Thinking about getting some. I think they're called. Some kind of like edger for like flower beds and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking
Yeah.
about.
The plastic, and then doing that for these
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I think this will take off too,
it will.
and then that
Yeah,
way
well,
the kale's going to get harvested, so I
Yeah.
can prune it as needed, and also food. But I know this is good in nutrition. Me and the old lady, we both love our spinach, and then lettuce is just it's good for a lot of things, and then.
But what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to put something up there so the wild animals.
I got a lot of wire fencing, and I can make posts with all the.
But they'll
damn-
wrap
Yeah,
it
but
so
I'll
in
tell you
there,
how to
every
do that.
damn grain
Okay, when you go to
got.
plant this,
Yep.
let's say this is your garden.
Wrap
Take
it.
your mothballs from right here.
Mothballs.
Yep. And
Because
I'm telling-
rabbits will eat everything that's coming up green and those right
They
there.
won't if there's
They
a
smell that
mothball.
mothball.
Oh, I was gonna do the more wild man version with my 22 pellet gun.
You're not gonna be out there 24/7.
Yeah.
Well, if I
And you
when
got
I
deer
am out
coming
there.
in, and deer will eat everything.
Oh, I've already established a deer comes in on my property and while I'm growing food and I got an empty freezer. I don't know what happened, Mr. Game Warden. He just dropped dead.
We took
Me shoot
the
him?
little fence logs
Yeah.
and boxed it in and made our garden up there. And damn deer got a hold of his plants and stuff. I said, "You want me to fix that? You can put your hair that you cut
Yep.
around your garden too."
And
Oh,
they
yeah.
won't go near it.
No, the
But-
deer won't.
I'm also gonna put like in a separate section. I want to get grapes, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries all spread out.
Birds.
Again, but I got wild blackberry plants out there anyway, so they can
All
go.
you gotta
Yeah.
do is prune them a little bit, put a little fertilizer on them, and they'll be tame.
Yep. But that way we
And
can.
you think people go blackberry picking?
Oh, that's what I did. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
But that way we can start
I
making.
just don't want to see no snake.
No, most with that burn, it's got a lot of that stuff taken care of, and then when I get it start working it out there, I don't think the snakes are going to be a problem this year. I'm having a.
Don't say never.
That's true. Right now I got a mouse problem. That camper is just full of mice droppings. I don't know
Yeah.
where they're getting it. I don't know how they're getting it. I don't know
Field
where they're
mice.
at.
Oh, they can squeeze through anything,
Anything.
honey.
Oh, I believe it, but that's why I got more mothballs to throw in there.
Throw it in there and throw it underneath your camper. Too.
I got yep, but that's why in the spring I'm gonna bring it back here
And
and
clean
clean it. Because when the weather turns nice again, I do plan on going out there more. I know that y'all aren't gonna be too happy about that, but when the weather's nice, I need to be out there and be working
But
it.
we can go over to the library. Look up half of this shit
Oh yeah,
on animals.
but I figure, like I said, so
Jackie put a whole garden in, like this would be a whole acre. Dick and her. He got on the tractor and built a tilled it and done this.
yeah, I'd like to do about a
And she
quarter.
let half of that stuff just spoil. I said, Jackie, you're never gonna can this.
Yeah, this is what I want to do. I want
You're
this
not
to
home
be.
long enough.
This is what I want to do about a quarter acre. Instead of like do a quarter acre for all of this, I think that'd be pretty good. And then the grapes, grape jelly, raspberries, blueberries, whatnot, that preserves and whatnot. I figured y'all would like that pretty good. And of course,
Easy to do.
Billy, you said you got a pickling recipe that's amazing.
Yeah, you don't cook it or nothing.
There you go.
What's that?
My pickle recipe.
But right there.
And
Now
they
his
are damn good
mom,
ones.
Bill's mom had the pickle recipe, and you could put them right in the sun, or in the refrigerator.
Mine either goes in the refrigerator or it
Yeah.
can go in the pantry. Either one. If you put them in the refrigerator, they gotta stay there. If you put them in the pantry, they're fine till you open them, then they go in the refrigerator.
I'll probably put them. Like I said, I got that lead on how to get a defective concrete septic, turn that into a root cellar. Rent a
I'll tell you
backhoe,
something
go
on
to
the
town.
potatoes.
Potatoes, garlic, or garlic
You
potatoes.
don't have the potatoes yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why grow them from seed when you can go to the store and buy a bag and just, you know what I
Cut 'em
mean?
in half, throw them in there. They're the most easiest thing to do.
Oh, I
Especially
know
if they
it.
got eyes on them.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it. And
you let them grow out.
And then garlic, like I said, I've already
Yeah,
propagated
yeah.
a garlic plant once. I just didn't get a chance to separate it and plant it, so it died on me.
Right.
But I've already got it to propagate once. I can get it to propagate again and actually not be a lazy Yeah.
Right.
And plant it and have a whole little garlic thing. Those I can go to the grocery store and buy. I think my old lady's family gets cloves of garlic, so I might go liberate one for the cause. They let me do it last time. But then that way we'll have fresh
See,
garlic.
That's one thing Jackie did. She ate garlic until it was coming out of her pores and smelled. Her whole body smelled like garlic.
But I figure this way, like I said, even if we can 90% of this, you know what I mean? Half of it goes to y'all for the knowledge and experience. The other half goes to me for the legwork. But yeah, we all have fresh beans, cucumbers, pickles, pumpkin,
Now,
watermelon.
see, actually, you know the way I like my beans?
How you like your beans?
You plant them, they start hanging down, snip them off, and I can eat them raw.
Right, there you go.
I can eat them that way.
I can.
Comes my son.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go in there and get.
Er-
I gotta take a shower too.
Fall in.